Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, only on PlayStation VR2. So, it's a third day so far. I got my PlayStation VR2 on Wednesday. So, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's a third day. So, on the third day so far, I want to give you my honest opinion on how I feel about PlayStation VR2. This is not a review, this is just my first 3 days experience, okay? And opinions do change, and they will change as the time progresses, as I spend more time, of course, testing PlayStation VR2. Clearly, you can see me right there on the top left corner testing Gran Turismo 7. Now, the first thing that hit me on Wednesday when I put on the VR headset and I fired up that 7 gigabyte update of Gran Turismo 7 was just how clear and vivid the visuals are, and the HDR. HDR, I mean, it's something that people need to talk about a little bit more. I don't see anybody talking about the high dynamic range. It's just how important that high dynamic range is here with this beautiful OLED display. And you got that 2K on each eye resolution, combined together, you're looking at, 4K, near 4K resolution. It's not 100% a native 4K, but it's near 4K, okay? Which is pretty darn good. If you want to be technical, that is. So, but let's just call it 4K. So 4K resolution, high dynamic range. High dynamic range to me is the biggest kicker here in terms of visuals. The brightness of the OLED of this headset with an HDR and the 4K resolution truly brings this game to life. And of course, resolution gives you that detail, visual detail for you to read the speedometer, to read many different things on the dashboard, to see in the distance. The depth of distance is what really caught my attention about this VR headset. I have tried a bunch of VR headsets, but this headset right here is the depth of distance and how sharp and clear everything is, even in the distance, is truly amazing. And you get to see that in the best possible, clearest detail, clarity. So that would really hit me and strike me as super amazing. And if people watch this live stream and other live streams that I've done on Wednesday, another thing that really hit me, and no pun intended, was the haptic feedback on the forehead when I crashed. When I crashed into the one of these barriers, I felt that, man. I felt it, and I didn't realize that the force feedback, was there. And I was going like 130 miles an hour or something like that, and I lost the control and I hit the wall. And I didn't realize that my, headset was really pushed hard into my forehead. And when I hit that wall, dude, it was like a hammer into my sinuses. I felt that. I went like this, dude. I mean, that was no act. That was really what happened. You can watch that, live stream, and you'll see it for yourself. So that really kind of caught my attention. Holy crap, this is really realistic. 110 field of view is like an IMAX. It's not like looking through a binocular, that fisheye binocular. It feels like you're in an IMAX. Everything feels from top to bottom, from left to right, feels like you are inside this world, inside this game. So my first impressions were like, wow. I have tried a lot of VR headsets. I mean, I have a bunch of VR headsets, but this by far is the best looking at the moment. In terms of visuals and vividness. Another thing is the tracking. The tracking on this VR headset, it's just, it doesn't matter where you stand. As long as you got a bunch of lights in your room. Now, I'm not, this is my bedroom. In my office is where I got a lot of lights. And it's lit up like a Christmas tree. It doesn't matter where you stand. You could be anywhere in the area, in your play area. And when I played Pavlov, dude, I can kneel down, I can get up, I can hide behind somewhere and do all kinds of different maneuvers. I felt like I was really a soldier, which was an amazing experience as well. So my first impressions on the Gran Turismo were like, wow. And then the second game that I tried was a Kayak. Kayak was another thing that really blew me away. The Kayak was something that just blew my mind. And of course, this live stream here with this blurry, low bit rate, it's not really doing it justice. Guys, I just want to emphasize, I'm just giving you my experience, feedback. You can see me here putting my head down into the water, and when I did that, I can feel the pressure of the water, hitting my headset. Just like you would in the real life when you take a deep dive, when you deep dive into an ocean or a pool, you feel that pressure of water on your headset, like that. This force feedback, this haptic feedback, it's really a key thing for what this headset will be able to do in the future. I didn't realize how important that force feedback on your headset is. It's not just like putting your head in the water. It's also when you hit this kayak to a stone or something, you feel it. You feel that vibration. And also the wind. Like if there's a wind, you feel the wind. If something's passing you by, you feel it. I can only imagine what developers are going to do with this force feedback. But the visuals, I would say, guys, the Kayak was honestly the first game for you to try. The visuals in this game are just bananas. The visuals are just beyond anything else that I have experienced in terms of quality. I mean, look at this. This is in Australia. The visuals right here, it's photorealistic. I don't know how else to say it. This is next generation photorealistic. And again, this live stream and even this video, it's not doing it justice, And I'm sorry that it's not doing it justice, but I'm trying to find the words to describe to you what I felt. I felt when I was talking to Cameron and Brendan and others, I felt like I was really here. I felt like I could taste this fresh water. It was that good. And the HDR, the peak brightness of the HDR on the solid display and the 110 field of view, it's like an IMAX, kayaking in IMAX HDR. I was blown away. Now, another thing that I need to emphasize on is the tracking. The tracking on PlayStation VR2. And again, keep in mind, this is coming from a guy who has HTC Vive Pro, Dell Visor, Windows Mixed Reality, Oculus Quest, Oculus Go, Mirage, Lenovo Solo. I mean, I don't want to sound like one of those, commercial guys, but I have them all. Oculus Rift S, Quest 1, all of them. And even, of course, PlayStation VR1. None of them can even hold a glass of water to the perfect, spot on, perfect tracking. This is the best tracking that I have ever experienced in a VR. Not only are you getting the best visuals, the best rumble experience to make it more immersive, the best 110 field of view, the best frame rate and the best refresh rate, the very first headset that includes high dynamic range with 4K resolution. Not only are you getting all of that, and the eye tracking, which is a whole other thing I need to talk about. But on top of all of that, you are getting the best tracking, because tracking is very important for VR. That is the key. It has to be smooth, cannot be clumsy, and this is a package deal. Yes, I complained about the plastic. Yes, I complained about the way the box was designed. Fine, that was my opinion, and I take full responsibility for that. But I was right about technology. I said, yes, this is a plasticky, cheap-made thing, but they made it cheap to be lighter on your head. I understood that now. I didn't understand it back then because I was being curious. But now I understand why Sony went with a cheap plastic to make it lighter. I now know. They have answered my question and my concern. I don't have that worry anymore. You're never going to hear me talk about, oh, cheap plastic this, cheap plastic that. It's comfortable. This is another thing. The most comfortable headset ever. You want to wear something heavy? Okay, put on the HTC Vive. Put on the HTC Vive Pro. And you'll talk about pain and suffering. All right? This, I could have done 8 hours yesterday. Easily. With Cameron. But I was too tired. I was exhausted. I was kayaking. I was playing Pavlov. I was on my feet. I'm still sore. It was a great workout. So I was like, man, I have to, I have to go get some sleep. You know what I mean? And take a shower. But let me tell you, it's very comfortable. So this is a package deal, guys, for $600. If there's something better, I'm all eyes and I'm all ears. So this blew me. I would really say for $22, this is something you need to go with. And these games are cheap. This is $22. Pavlov, it's $25. After the fall, with the PlayStation Plus membership, it's like $24. These games are cheap, dirt cheap, and a great experience. You're not paying $70, and some of them have a free upgrade, like Resident Evil Village. So Sony knows what they're doing with this VR headset. They're very calculative. They're very smart. It's just I couldn't see the bigger picture. But now I'm starting to see what the picture is. I'm slowly peeling off the layers, and I'm seeing the bigger frame of the picture as to what the initiative is for Sony to do with the PlayStation VR2. Let's talk about the Pavlov. That's another thing that I tried. Pavlov blew me away. Pavlov was a really cool experience. There you can see me here. I'm with my friends. You have to do this standing. First, I want to say, if you're going to buy Pavlov, if you're going to be getting this game, you're going to have to put on a workout. You have to do this standing, and you're going to need a lot of space. You're going to need a lot of space for this game. So before you buy it, before you spend $25, you need to understand this. You will be standing, and you need to have a lot of space. Okay, you got to have a lot of space, or otherwise you're going to hurt yourself. So I'm just giving you a warning. Letting you know. So Pavlov, it's a great combat, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike. I would say mainly like a Counter-Strike experience. But this also proves to me that Pavlov is indicating that, hey, we could have a Call of Duty VR today. If Activision really wanted to, if Activision, Sledgehammer, and Infinity Ward, if they really wanted to do it, hell, even DICE, EA, if they want to bring Battlefield, they could easily do it. Because Pavlov has proven to me that with this game, you can easily bring Call of Duty. Now, you see right here, I got shot. I got killed. When you get shot, you feel that bullet hitting your head. And depending what kind of caliber bullet is, the higher the impact is going to be. If you get hit by a 12-gauge shotgun, dude, I felt like my headset blew off. It was really ominous feeling. Very, you still know you have a headset on, but it's a very ominous feeling. You feel like somebody removed your brain or something from the skull, but you still have your head intact, right? It feels like you still have your head intact, but it feels like somebody took your brain out. And if you get hit by a smaller caliber, then you feel, boom, a little bit of a hammer hit on your head. And that's another thing that's really interesting. Now, keep in mind, if this bothers you, you can turn it off. Sony understands that some people will not like this kind of realism, but you have the option to turn it off. So I just want to clarify that. I know someone's going to say in the comments, "Oh, well, I don't want to feel that all the time, you know. Oh, I don't like it. I have a migraine." So this can help you actually. This can help you with that. Actually, you know what? When I start thinking about it right now, the migraine that you might have, this actually could fix your migraine. I'm just kidding. I was trying to make a comedy skit on there that you know, this haptic feedback might cure your migraine, but I have to work on that. I have to put a good context on that. So the one thing about Pavlov that I really liked is the fact that you feel like a soldier. When you're moving around, walking around, you feel like a soldier. You have to reload and load and get the magazine out. You have to do everything like you would do in a real military combat. You know, they're not making it easy for you here. You got to do everything like you would in real life. You know, you have to cock that gun. You have to change your magazine. You have to make sure safety's off. You got to pull that pin from the grenade and then throw it. You know, and you have to keep an eye on your ammunition. You have to find the ammo. And if you drop the ammo, you have to go pick it up. If you drop the knife, you got to find out where you dropped the knife. You have to conserve your ammo, just like in a real combat scenario. So this game, it's maybe too realistic to some people, and they might not like it because it's too realistic. But this is a great workout. This is a great workout, man. This will take some time. But one thing I liked is communication with your team. And let me tell you, that's some cool people. Like even yesterday when I was playing this, everyone was cool, man. People trying to help me out. Like I felt like I was part of the team. Say, hey, Ed, come here. Let me show you. This is how you defuse the bomb. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Okay, this is how you get this over here. You know, they were telling me what to do. Okay, you cover over here. Cover my 6, put a flanking fire on that side. They're going to be coming on this side. I'm going to cover you on your 9. So it's like I was learning like military basic skills. Probably some veterans were playing this. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, some veterans from Afghanistan war, Iraq war, and they were playing this. And you can tell the way they talk to you. I can tell there were some veterans from military here. So thank you for your service. And you can tell that the guys that were here, they're professionals, you know, like they know how to coordinate the attack and all of that. So it was a great experience. It felt really good. I enjoyed it, but it was a great workout. I mean, you definitely put on the workout, man. So I just want to kind of warn you. You have to work out on this game because everything's done standing. You know, if you want to kneel down, you have to kneel down. If you want to take a fire, you got to take you've got to take a cover. If you want to take a cover, you have to do this. You know, you have to work. You know, you have to put in a workout. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to work out, well, this is maybe not for you. So I'm just kind of letting you know. You cannot play this sitting on your chair. All right, whoever created this game, they're like, no. You're gonna lose weight. You want to be part of this military? You want to be part of this Pavlov? You want to be a military guy? You're going to learn what it's like to be a military guy. You're going to have to put in some hard work. And I kind of like that, man. I like that they're not making it easy for you. So I had fun with Pavlov. What else did I play? Oh, yeah, of course, how could I forget? I played the Forza Horizon. I mean, not Horizon, Call of the Mountain. Call of the Mountain, my experience on Call of the Mountain was good. But, you know, to be honest, the graphics are kind of like a, I don't want to say cartoonish, but more like Japanese animated, like one of those the Japanese animation type of RPG graphics, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but graphically, it's good. It looks sharp. It looks clean. You know, but I haven't spent that much time with this game, to be honest with you. But my first impressions of this game were good, but I've seen better. Like when I look at Kayak, I forget about this game immediately. When I look at Gran Turismo 7, I forget about this immediately. Yes, visually this looks good, but just the way the art design is here, it's nothing that's gonna blow your mind. It's nothing that's gonna make you, it's like a Far Cry. You know what? This reminds me of a Far Cry. You know what? It's like a Far Cry 4, like a Far Cry 4 graphics. And I'm being honest. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I don't want you to think that I'm being negative on Horizon Call of the Mountain. I'm simply saying that Call of the Mountain shouldn't be the first thing for you to try. All right? And I know it's $60. That's why I'm saying this shouldn't be the very first thing for you to try. But the good news is the Sony gave you the ability to try it anyway for 10 hours if you have the PlayStation membership Plus, which is the PlayStation Premium Membership Plus. Now, again, it's like my friend Cameron said, I didn't spend enough time. So I'm not reviewing this game. I need to spend more time on this game. So it's still kind of like I'm on a fence about this one. I need to spend more time with this game. I need to spend like 7 to 8 hours on it to truly... I need to finish the game, actually. I need to play this more. So far, it's good. And it's taking the advantage of all of the features that PlayStation VR2 has, but I haven't explored all of those features yet because I didn't spend enough time with this game. Okay, so this is not a review. Please don't get mad. I'm not reviewing it. I'm just simply saying I need to spend more time with Horizon. Now you can see me touching this grass. The graphics are okay. Honestly, it's like that's the one thing that kind of like I was like, The graphics look like Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 3. More like a Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, having a Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4 graphics in VR, but it looks like that. And the reason it looks like this is because they couldn't use the Decima engine. Like Guerrilla Games couldn't figure out, like, how do you use... First of all, Guerrilla Games didn't make this game. It's just... They were like, like a producers or whatever. But it was a different developers that made it. And they used the Unreal Engine. I'm not sure what type of Unreal Engine. They used the Unreal Engine. What I'm trying to say is I wasn't like blown away with Horizon Call of the Mountain because there's better experiences out there like Gran Turismo 7, Kayak. I think Kayak is the first thing you should try. If you want to be blown away, if you want to see what PlayStation VR2 can do visually and graphically, then you should go check that out. But then again, please don't get mad. I know some of you are going to get mad already. I'm not reviewing Horizon Call of the Mountain. I'm just giving you my impressions on it. But it's like my friend Cameron said, I haven't spent enough time, okay? So I need to spend more time. Please let me spend more time on this game, and I will let you know. I'll do like a 8 hours live stream. Maybe I'll finish the game, and I'll let you know what I think. There's so much here that I need to try, that I need to do. So different levels, different locations, etc., etc. But so far, I haven't done that. So this is a premature, just like a premature opinion. Okay, and I know my premature opinion will already trigger some people that I am saying this kind of stuff. All right, so Call of the Mountain, I need to spend more time on it, but it was still a good experience, nonetheless. But the one experience that really blew me away, obviously, was the kayaking. Kayaking was that one game that really made me, totally immersed. I mean, the graphics on this thing were just unbelievable. I mean, look at this. This is Australia. Look at this water, and actually, you can choose to do a tour where you're not even kayaking yourself. You're just kicking back and relaxing. And you can see dolphins, you can see whales, and you can see penguins and birds flying. And man, it's just such a relaxing experience, you know. So, in closing, it's been 25 minutes. This is not a review, okay? I'm not reviewing. I'm just giving my first impressions in my 3 days that I have spent with the PlayStation VR2. This is just the beginning, okay, guys? This is just the beginning. We're not even scratching the surface. There's going to be so much more coming out. Now, before I make a final closing statement, I do want to emphasize that I wasn't happy about the fact that there is no chat. You know, when you were live streaming, because this was live streamed, there was no chat. I really wanted to see a chat. You know, so please, Sony, if you could send an update where I can read a chat, because I want to be able to read a chat. I actually had to use a party chat, and thanks to my moderator, Cameron, he was kind enough to, you know, read the comments and people who had questions. So thank you, Cameron, for doing that. I really appreciate it. That was like the only way that I was able to know what's going on in the chat room, you know, and Cameron was able to help me get some of those questions that people had so I can answer them. So I wish that Sony will do that. I'm pretty sure they will. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one complaining about this. I'm sure a lot of other people will be complaining about this, and I'm very positive that they're gonna include a that feature for you to read a chat. And with this headset and with this visuals and this 4K resolution, we're gonna have probably the best, clearest reading on the chat. I'll be able to read those letters perfectly. So this will be probably the cleanest chat that you're gonna have on your right eye or on your left eye or whatever you put it. So you know, the layout, left or right. So that's gonna be awesome. When they include that, that's gonna be great, because then I'll be able to read the chat and do the party at the same time. And this way, this will be less pressure on my moderators to read the chat. But for right now, I cannot read your chat. You know, it's like I'm not trying to ignore anybody. It's just I cannot see anything because there is no ability for that yet. So that's my minor little complaint, which I'm sure will be fixed. This thing just got released on Wednesday. Today's a Friday, so, you know, we have to be patient. So in final closing statement here, in this 30 minutes, and I'm sorry it's 30 minutes. I can't do this any shorter. My final closing statement is that I personally think that for $600, this is the best virtual reality experience that you're going to have, period. And this is coming from a guy that actually has a bunch of VR headsets. And I'm not the only one saying it. Even people who have other VR headsets, even bigger, you know, VR fanatics than me, who got every single VR headset ever made, they'll tell you the same thing. For the money, even if you combine $600 with a PlayStation 5 digital for $1,000, or even a Blu-ray edition for $1,100, it's still worth it. When you consider what's out there on the market, when you consider what's out there in the market. So yes, I'm glad that PlayStation VR2 is successful. I'm glad that it's doing great. But then again, why are we even shocked? The first PlayStation VR1 was successful. Sold over 5 million units, and it's still active. I still have it. I still play it. I still play Drive Club, unlocking new cars. I still play Farpoint. I'll still play Firewall Zero Hour. I still play a bunch of games on it. I still play Skyrim, you know, so I still use it. And it's still active. You can still purchase games. You can still, you know, buy stuff for PlayStation VR1 only. And they got over 500 PlayStation VR games. So in 6 years, so look at the before I end this video, look at PlayStation VR1 and look at the value that you got from PlayStation VR1. 6 years, over 500 games for you to try and play. That's a 6 years value that you got for the $400. And I love every penny of it. Just like I will love every penny of this. So if you're concerned, if you're worried about longevity, dude, you're looking at 6 years easily on this, maybe even longer on this headset. Easily. So you're looking by 2029 or 2030. This headset will be still active even in 2029. Believe it. And then by 2030, they'll probably be looking at maybe an upgrade or something to get something with an 8K resolution. I think the next step's going to be an 8K resolution by 2030. Or maybe earlier than that. Who knows, man? Maybe 2028. But what I'm trying to say is PlayStation VR was a success since 2016. And yet, again, it's a success again. So this is Sony at its finest. Sony simply cannot lose. They're winners. They're not losers. They just know how to win, man. And they've been doing this for 28 years, man. And they've been dominating, man, on every front. Hell, even TV shows are made off of PlayStation video games. So, sorry for a 30-minute video, but I had to do it for 30 minutes because I got to give you my honest input and opinions and a feedback. Think of this like a feedback. This is my feedback. This is how I feel in the 3 days cycle that I've been trying this headset. So I'm trying to be unbiased and I'm trying to be as honest as possible with you guys. I hope this video has helped. I hope you guys stuck around for half an hour. And if you did, I hope this helped you made a decision whether you want to buy this or not. You can always join me on a live stream. You can ask me questions there. My moderators will do the best they can. My moderator, Cameron, will do the best he can to answer your questions. And please ask those questions there. That's why I'm on a live stream. Ask those questions, and Cameron will definitely relay those questions to me, and I will do the best I can to answer them. Thank you, and I'll see you guys today with the Resident Evil Village. Today's Resident Evil Village. You can ask me questions there. Cameron will be there with me. I already played Resident Evil Village. Cameron has finished it. He played it. It'll be interesting to see how that experience is on the PlayStation VR2. All right, guys. So I'll see you today on the live stream. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Be good. Stay positive. All right. Take care.